Good afternoon, everyone. Let's head right on into Lesko Help 2. We have two ladies here that have projects. Are either of you interested in moving forward today?
Not me currently at the moment.
I kind
Me
of figured.
either.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, don't worry about it a bit because, oh goodness, guys. So we talked last week about looking into all of that information for the town of Tooele. I think this might be, yes. Okay, so these are all of our tabs in regards to that. And I don't know if you remember, but we talked about like making appointment or making scheduling it on your calendars and things like that when you're trying to do something like this. And I did schedule it. I walked through it a little bit with you guys, and then when class was done, I waited just a moment, and when I had time, I came in and I scheduled everything. And oh, lucky me, tonight at 7:00 p.m. Mountain Time, the Tooele City Planning Commission is supposed to meet. So what we'll do is let's first look in a Google tab. We just want a Google tab, but we don't have one. Okay, so Tooele, Utah. And let me pull it up again. I don't know why I blocked my screen. It's at the City Hall. So actually, we don't really need to look to see where it's under or anything. We can just say contact phone number for City Hall. All right. And there we have it. So we need to find out who is allowed to attend. And if someone is allowed to attend, do citizens have an opportunity to speak, right? I think that at this point, that would be the only two questions that I would have. Any suggestions, guys?
You have the time and
I
the
have that. I
place.
do. I have the time and the
Okay.
location.
Okay. Is it something that you can record?
That's a good question.
Just for follow-up references, just in case. If you record it and listen to it and look over it and study it, and then if you have later questions, then you can reference that and be like, oh, okay, I thought about this. Let me add this to it. So when they have the next meeting, I can go in there full blast.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. All right. I am going to mute you if you don't have anything else to say, though, Candace, because there's some background noise there. Oh, and you got it. Thank you, my dear. All right. It sounds like that is the suggestion there, and it's a good one. So let's give it a go.
This call is being recorded. Hello, City. How may I direct your call?
I'm calling to ask a few questions about the city planning meetings this evening.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
This call is being recorded. Please hold while I try to connect you. This call is being recorded.
Okay, we'll mute. So just as a side note, you're allowed to record any conversation that you're a part of in the state of Utah. And so they're letting me know that I'm being recorded. I don't have to.
Assistant to Jamie Guthrie, Tooele City Public Works Director. If email is more convenient, please use Misty P at TooeleCity.gov. That's MISTYP@TooeleCity.gov. If you are trying to reach Paul Hansen, Tooele City Engineer, or another Tooele City department, please leave a detailed message and I will return your call as soon as possible. Thanks for reaching out and have a great day.
Hello, Misty. My name is Sabrina Giesler, and I had a few questions about the upcoming city planning meeting this evening. If you have a chance, please give me a call back at 801-875-6945. Again, my name is Sabrina Giesler. That's traditional spelling for my first name, G as in George, I-E, S as in Sam, L as in Larry, E-R. I have a few questions about tonight's meeting, and my phone number is 801-875-6945. Thank you so much. It's always so nerve-wracking, right? It's a little bit stressful, but I think of stress as something that's like more extended. Stress about a situation. I didn't have stress talking about it. I just had stress when I actually started dialing those numbers, right? And so to me, that's more of my nerves are taut for that time period. And so that's as far as we can move forward at this moment. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find the information online. So our citizens welcome to city planning meetings in Tooele, Utah. Interesting. All right, so the Planning Commission, where did it say what it said? I want to know. There was like some certain wording that was right there at the top when it was in search, but I'm not seeing it here. The Planning Commission holds public hearings on most items and receives input from the public to facilitate citizen involvement and to gather relevant facts to aid in making recommendations and decisions. But it doesn't really speak to whether or not you're allowed to attend. If I were to make a guess, I would say I don't think that you are allowed to attend. It's more that you can get an agenda on the event list, right? So hopefully we'll get a call back. I will definitely let you guys know when I get more information, but sometimes that's all you're really doing, right? And I would shoot off an email, but I couldn't tell if it was Misty with a T at the end for her last name, I'm guessing, or a P. It was not very clear, I didn't think. So I would hesitate to send out an email off of that alone. And I don't think it's probably worth our time to bother again, even to get that email, because my guess is that the public is not allowed. It's that you call this city planner and zoning administrator, and there's the phone number there. Well, I was really hoping, I have detailed plans for the suggestion that I want to make in regards to the city planning, both for the park, the strip park that I'd like to propose along these homes and apartments that run for quite a stretch, right? Who knows how long we could actually get the park. If we could get it a whole stretch of residential areas, that'd be wonderful, but some of that length anyway. And then when they're planning what they're going to put into the industrial area of this stretch of land that they're planning, I would love to recommend, I think I have, yes, 2 businesses. Oh, I'm trying to think. One of them, it takes glass and breaks it down, basically, yes, literally breaks it up to break it down to different grades. And at the finest grade, it can be utilized to replace sand that's been damaged or dug out in places like coastlines and things like that. And it does seem like there was another one, perhaps involving fruit that the waste that you get from the farmers and things when they're getting their produce ready for market, any of that waste, and you can turn it into soap or things like that, I think is the other idea that I have. But I don't have a plan on that one. I do have a proposal, I should say. I have a proposal put together for both the strip park and the glass recycling plant. So both being intended water-wise offerings, because the city really struggles with having enough water to even plan further development. So that's a lot of cities in the West, right? Durango, Colorado is in a very comparable condition, and I'm sure there are cities up and down the bottom 2/3 of California that have similar issues. So Nevada is a constant worry, right? And so these are two water-wise suggestions. And so I have that all ready and planned. I had hoped to get a feel for how things were going before I proposed anything. Yes, Candace, please.
Okay, so I just looked it up online and I asked a question. Is Tula City Planning Commission meetings open to the public to attend face to face?
Oh,
The answer was yes. It says the meetings are open to the public. They are held on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. at Tula City Hall, and anyone can attend in person or join the meeting electronically through the Tula City's YouTube channel.
interesting. Thank you. Would you mind sending me that link in the chat?
Okay.
Candace? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why it's so wonderful already to have a community, right? That's why it is very realistic for us as an online community to support and encourage and even offer suggestions and research, as Candace just did, for each other's different goal sets. And that's why community is so important, because none of us have all of the answers, right? So that was beautiful. Thank you, Candace. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
And so I'll grab that link and pull that up. That is just wonderful. Oh, and Irving's in here with us. That's wonderful. Hey, Irving.
Hi, Sabrina. How are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. What have you been having going on lately?
Not much. I've been after
Hopefully not sick
recovering
again.
somewhat. I'm
Mm,
trying to get back into shape, but I'm still here.
that's a good thing.
Mhm.
I don't know if you're still feeling ill at all. There is this herbal honey remedy that I found at the local Hispanic mart.
Mhm.
Let me think. Bronco. Oh, I cannot remember the name of it just off the top of my head. Let me think. We'll say Bronco tea. No, that's not this here. Okay, so Broncolin. Okay. Broncolin syrup. This stuff, I'm not exaggerating. In about 5 minutes after you take it, you start feeling it help. It is amazing. So if you are ever looking for something, it tastes nasty. It tastes like collectively rewilding, and I'll throw that in there for you. And then were you able to share that link, Miss Candace? And I'll pull that up. Thank you. Oh, it was just at Tooele City Gov? Interesting. I'm not finding the page that you're finding, Candace. But I will absolutely listen to what you found. It sounded like you were reading it verbatim off of their site, right? Okay, and so this here is for Mr. Irving and anyone else that is interested in checking it out. It really is amazing. I love it. I hate it. I love it. I just don't like drinking it, right? It's really, really strong. Very, very much worth it though. And not horribly expensive. I can't
Thank
remember
you,
exactly,
Sabrina.
but yeah, definitely. And then if you're trying to gain your strength back and you'd ever like any suggested yoga poses for that, just let me know. We'll figure something out, email or something like that, or a private message in here and set up a meeting, and I can go through some movements that if you'd like to try, that you would have that recording of.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. And so it didn't post for some reason. I hit post. Oh, I think I X'd out of this. I wasn't paying attention. I was just talking. So, all right. Very, very cool. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to call back. How are you doing on your letter, Tammy? Or have you kind of just pushed that to the side with so much going on between what you're still doing for your master gardening certification and what you're now doing with your master food preservation certification now that you're working on
I
the
have
master
like two
gardening?
different lives. I
You have
have
more
like
than that if you want to call it that, because you have, you know, 2 certifications you're working for and 2 communities that you're heavily
yeah.
involved in, you know, so.
Yeah, for right now, like I just put it to a side since I'm still cleaning up my property and focusing on that. And then I'm gonna get on finishing my letter and taking some really nicer photos than previously. Yeah.
Photos are really helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah,
And
just
how
on
about, go ahead, babe.
good. Oh no, I just like I said, I just put it off to the side for right now.
You're doing other big important things that kind of coincide with all of that. So time is not your enemy here, you know, you're just continuing on and no worries about that. And then how about you, Miss Candace? How is your project going? You said you're not ready to work on it today. Have you been kind of working on some things in the background?
Yes, but it's dealing with my kids. I haven't had a chance to focus on me just yet.
I hear that, right? I think all moms do. Funny stuff. But that's a part of community as well, for sure. And so I don't know if you've been to one of these classes, Irving?
No.
So what we're doing is anyone that comes into the class that wants to do some sort of community outreach type project, we help them move steps forward towards that goal. And so you kind of saw a little bit about what I've been working on with this strip park. They're going to develop all of this land down 2 houses below me is undeveloped. It's not natural. It's been damaged by human interaction, but it's never been developed. And they're planning on developing it. And so I would love to have some influence in that. When we bought the house, we knew that that was something that they would eventually plan. And then we heard directly from our neighbors that, yes, they're actively in the works of planning on it. And I don't think I have it to hand anymore. We've already talked about it a little bit here in class, but yes, we got an actual letter talking about some of the planning that they're doing and some of the changes that they've made in regards to the planning that they're doing. And I have other kinds of projects that I want to work on all here within my community physically. And so then Candace is looking to try to get about 2 community gardens and a veggie bus that's supplied by those community gardens that goes around and really puts out a positive energy and attitude and environment around encouraging children to eat more fruits and vegetables. And Miss Tammy is having one that is a little more personal, but would be something that affects her whole community, like directly her neighborhood, her direct neighbors and things. And she has an area that's been overtaken by tamarisk, by salt cedar, and that's an invasive plant. So most communities want to eradicate it. And then she also is aware that that plant life, while negative in its ways, is also helping to hold the soil on her little hill from being washed away. So it's a two-part project. She needs to get these horribly invasive plants removed while putting in plants that will balance their removal so that that soil isn't lost through degradation from wind and water, right? And so, oh, and I can't remember. I think Miss Wendy wanted to talk about an apartment community garden, but she's not been back since the first time she mentioned her project. So we're a little less familiar with what she's got going on. Is there anything that you'd like to work on in your community, Irving?
I'll look around and see, and then I'll get back to you. But yeah, that sounds great.
Right? And it's about what you want to do in your community. You're the grand designer, and we just help you fill in the blanks to work towards that project, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I get so excited about it, right? I even trip up on my words. I love working with people. It's not just even me sitting here as the teacher, right? Candace gave me an excellent question, and she found more information that I was able to find. It's a community effort, and each of us gets to design their own community effort, and we just help get that accomplished. So really
Okay, I'll see what I can come up with, and I'll get back with you on that.
love it, Irving.
Thank
All right,
you.
and who else is here with us now? Mr. Benny. And so Benny was going to think about it as well. Have you come up with anything, Benny, for your community? And so, oh, and here's more that Candace shared with me. Thank you so much, Candace. I will copy that. I appreciate it. Oh, and there's agendas and minutes that she's found for us. Thank you. Thank you again, Candace. That's really awesome.
No problem. I'm still looking.
And there's another one. So I will definitely have to check those out. Not yet, says Benny. All right. That's wonderful. All right. And thank you too. I think I've seen, no, I don't think I have seen this piece, but I knew I hadn't seen the other pieces. So wonderful. I'll definitely have to check that out. All right.
Yeah, because
So,
it looked like it's 34 pages. So they already started like filling in applications or something. So I know you're a reader and you'll read quickly to figure out if you understand it or not before they have the meeting. So, but I'm
nice.
still looking for anything else extra.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Candace. Yes, I will definitely check all of this out. This is a 34-page document that she's talking about here, folks. And then this is the one I think that I can find. This is the only page that I've been able to really find on it. And then this is something further with meetings and minutes. So definitely really a lot of great information there, especially this, right? Because it has it right there. We encourage anyone interested to join the Planning Commission meeting electronically through Tooele City's YouTube channel. And just seeing if I get out of the way with my screen here. Interesting. Very, very interesting and wonderful. All right. Very cool. Thank you. And so I have to decide if I'm going to ramp myself up and go participate in this meeting tonight. I didn't have enough warning built into my calendar. I needed to put out some more warning for it so that I would be a little bit prepared. Oh, funny stuff. All right, everybody. So, Miss Tammy, what's up? I built your campfire circle, but you're not ever going to sing any songs in
Where
there?
the heck is it?
In your Member Connect space. This
I checked everywhere.
should be public.
No, I was gonna ask you the other day, but I told you I didn't think about it. But yeah, where the heck is it? Let me see if I have it on my side, because like I went up and down, went inside I went inside the group, thinking that it was inside the the group itself. So it's actually a let's see here. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Did you just put it there?
I
because
just
it's never.
tagged you in it. I hadn't written anything in it yet, right? That was
No, it just like it was never there like a day ago. That
so
group
it
that.
was there. I don't remember exactly when I created it, but I created it
Oh man.
after we
Okay, cool.
talked
Now
about
I
it
know
last time,
exactly where
within
it's
like
at.
24 to 48 hours, whenever we talked about it last.
Oh, sure. See, I'm so used to it being like a chat, like when you go into like the group, you can put the chat inside like you did last time in the States. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought there was like that. So I'm like, where
No,
is
I
it?
kind of like the way that Julia has her chat. Doesn't it look
Oh, okay,
nice,
yeah, that's
right? It's
like the.
just a chat. There's nothing else there with it. So it's really much more easily utilized, I think, and it's just so visually appealing to have
Oh
it.
wait,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't.
Show you guys what it looks
Really.
like over there for her chats, right? So that you get an idea, because we don't have a chat that looks like this in Lesko Help too. And so in member corner, she has the chit chat zone. And so you see, it's all about that chat. And so that's just really nice when it comes down to it, to have that focus on a chat. It makes it really easy to follow. I think they're a lot more pleasant. I can follow that chat, right? I could never follow them in Let's Go Help too, partly because they are so active. I don't know if it would have changed a lot, but it would have made it a little bit different with it just being a page like this. I really like the format. What do you guys think?
I like it now that I know where it's at.
So if you
I
go
was,
to it when you first jump in, right, you'll see the banner that's here at the top, and then
uh-huh.
even the banner disappears because it's all about your chat.
Oh, okay. So did you go? Okay, I see where it's at. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. All right, guys. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I've been meaning to ask you about it for a minute. I really wanted you to be able to be the first one to comment in there, but since you were having trouble finding it, I wanted to make sure you found it, right? All right, guys. So tomorrow we'll get together again, and that's going to be for the all-new garden planning Q&A instead of gardens and more Q&A. And that is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Mountain, 9:30 p.m. Central, and 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And I will have to try on Saturday to come for our exploring organic soil regeneration. I was planning on changing out the image and everything on Monday, but my internet went out when we were in a staff meeting for LH2. Tammy and Benny were there, and I had to get in on my phone. It was gone all day. I had no internet all day. So I wanted to do it. I had plans to do it. I'm really looking forward to moving into that step. I got the November course lesson all completed, and boom, my internet went down for the entire day. Somebody cut the main cable that runs into Tooele. So anybody that was on internet service for that fiber optic cable lost internet until somewhere around 9 or 10 o'clock on Monday, Mountain Time. Businesses in town, right, like with their gas pumps and their credit card systems, all of it. I didn't have to go out that day. I wasn't feeling very well, so Benny was not wrong about that. It was my internet that meant that I couldn't participate at all, but I did not mind because I was in my bed all day with this Falun Gong, and I'll talk about it again at our next meeting about quitting or let's quit together, right? But I did make the decision last night that this lifetime, I have always known I was supposed to be involved with community and the planet and its health and soil and butterflies and things that are much more physical to this plane. So things like that will have to wait until the next lifetime. It seems like it might be a worthy pursuit. And so I just sent out a message to the universe. If this is something that I'm supposed to work on, then please put it into my past much earlier in my lifetime, next lifetime. And I'm going to set that aside. But nobody else in the household has really gotten sick. So I really am kind of chalking that up to the power of this very interesting Zwan Falun. And yeah, I'm gonna put that away for this lifetime. So hope to see you guys tomorrow. Look for probably on Saturday, if I can manage it, makeup class for what is now the Plan Your Wild workshop. In fact, let's just change the title of it, at least right now, so that it fits what we're doing. And that's easily done. All right, Plan Your Wild workshop. And ta-da! So I'll get our image up today and do all of that wonderful stuff, and we will move forward, hopefully this Saturday, definitely the coming Monday, as long as nobody cuts the power cable, because I've been having sporadic issues with the internet over the last, at that point it was 9 days. In 9 days, I'd had the internet go out at least 6 or 7 times, for the worst one being on Monday. And so I called in and I'm just like, do I need to expect this to just continue? I need to make plans in my job if that's the case, you know? And they said, no, it isn't something that's really under their control, and they sure hope it doesn't happen, because people keep cutting these lines and they're expensive. The main fiber optic line for the city of Tooele, maybe the county of Tooele, that was probably millions of dollars, and somebody's on the line for that. They charge them for cutting that line. So really kind of scary stuff that you can get yourself into very, very unintentionally these days, right? All right, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow, and hope to figure out how to see you all on Saturday. Please feel free to unmute your mics, everyone, and say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See y'all next time.
Have a great evening. See you all tomorrow.